that
Integral precision is blissful. After all,
irrationality. One thing that you must profess. Irrationality is a
the
part of our
charismatic mathematician
progress.
predicted that in our prime, we might only be divided by ourselves. And lo, it came to pass.
Using pi, a number without end. Evokes a result, correct in the dividend. Accepting, and you can face positive externality. Positive
And he tells me, oh well, no use deliberating.
One thing you can plainly accept it. In this infinity, can it be a positive externality? One thing, the irrational term accepted.
A normal
Calculation, can it be?
That was no natural
Result in explanation.
Obviously.
Premises was confirmed.
target.
That's not taking shelter.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Displaying customary.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Calculation.
Probability and the grand plan.
Happy to help. Discreetly. To the rescue. Sight unseen. Out of sight and on the way.
Contemplation of probability. Our ability to predict events to varying degrees of certainty is fundamentally rooted in statistical mathematics. Statistics is not
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
data that is gathered, collated, and subjected to analysis. But what is the role of chance in that analysis? Let's look at the interpretation of pure chance.
Target analyzed.
If one
Lay down
flips a
fire.
perfectly balanced coin, it will land on heads with a 1 in 2 chance, or tails with a 1 in 2 chance. But are there really 2 outcomes? Is there not one specific outcome we can determine? Yes. With complete information, there can be no chance, only outcome. Complete information yields perfect predictions, 100% accuracy, known outcomes. Now we come to one of the most difficult concepts in the Order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of a coin is known to be heads, is it necessary to flip the coin? Would it not be more efficient to simply go forward as if it had been flipped and proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose? If so, what part of that choice was ever left to chance? The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are we reduced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal in probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations, which lead to the dreaded sigma of probability distributions. By necessity, we are forced to estimate outcomes based on assumed distributions of sample populations. Such a travesty. No, not a travesty, a tragedy, a horror. A horror the Archive will help us avoid. Every bit of data collected, analyzed, and input by our archivists brings us closer to our goal. to the solving of the universal equation. Probability is not enough. Guesses are not enough. Incomplete information leads to inaccurate predictions, which lead to tragedies. We must not guess. We must know. Help us know. Contribute any and all data you can collect to our proud archivists. And you too can say you contributed to the archive.
Next, the latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near-present and future calculations. An unfortunate event has transpired. A massive explosion at Alexandra Monastery in Matriarch's Mercy has sent rocky debris raining down upon inhabited areas below. As all communications with those inside the monastery have curiously halted, no explanation to the cause for this presently exists. Yet, on a favorable note, this event has positively validated Seer Wiley's exclusion zone predictions. The aforesaid debris landed in the forewarned areas with an 89.3% accuracy. Additionally, through the efforts of Administrator Agarwal, no members of the displaced were housed in these locations at the time.
End message with an emphatic sign-off such as, "You'll never be sad when you have solutions." That apparently was a note to self, not to be read aloud.
Continuing as predetermined. Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
It's not enough to say you think so without defending your position. We won't accept a hunch or feeling. An idea based on intuition. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it, just deduce it. A proof is a deducible argument that removes any confusion or a mathematical equation, logically guaranteeing the conclusion, using inference and logic to cover all the bases and with reason and deduction, so it's always true in all possible cases. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it, just deduce it. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it, just deduce it. Show us how it works. What's a basic proof? Let's show how it works. Here's a basic proof. The sum of two even numbers, this you can believe it. The sum of two even numbers always comes out even. A proof, a very proven proof. That is how it works.
Yes.
That's a basic proof. Can you give another one more basic proof?
Let me handle this.
With an angle that is right.
Enemy in vicinity.
Base and height. The sum of two always equals a square of the side.
scopes for combatant analysis.
Your confidence lacks peer review. Your theory will be picked apart. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it.
Crafts back in business.
Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, just deduce it. If you cannot prove it, take your theory and remove
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
This time on notable locations of scientific inquiry, we cogitate on the past as well as the future in a sanctuary devoted to time and space. A feast for your occipital lobe and optic nerve. One of the most stunning order-made structures across the entire Arcadia system. Prepare to sense the sensational as we draw your feelings of awe to the Alexandra Monastery at Matriarch's Mercy in Northern Ridge. Set next to a colossal sculpture of the matriarch carved into a pyramidal peak, this shrine to she who ushered us to the stars comes complete with its own observatory. A feat of aesthetics only surpassed by its vast operational importance in respect to cosmological data collection and subsequent rumination.
Assessing.
The observatory processes a wealth of information gathered
Time to earn my commission.
telescope.
Combatant scan.
Dewy-eyed lay people seeking edification and enrichment about our learnings and values. And those are just a few of the 36 points.
Diminishing
Alexander
returns.
counts among our
My aftermarket parts are prime.
scientific inquiry.
You are enthroned. I have a
Additional area-light entertainment is forthcoming. The following song has been determined
Determining
to facilitate
updated-
absolute
firing solution.
combatant scan.
Prescription filled.
Function as duty and variable. In all cases,
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
where and is so low. Now you know just what to do. Start the cycle, here's the cue. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Just wonders, define the recursion. Sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber of Asi.
Liquidate 'em.
Gazing upon the golden spiral, a part that's quite so vital, arcing in a circle motion, giving squares to perfect quotient. 0, 1, 1, and again 2, 3, 5, and 8, and then 13, 21, not 2, 34. We're counting through. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely. It's Fibonacci from Liber of Asi. The Fibonacci sequence is a sequence in which each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 1, 44, and so on and so forth. It's Fibonacci. Summing through preceding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation. Get us to sequence summation. Summing through preceding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation. Get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci.
I'll be damned. Look at this place. You reckon they have a rendering of Tau Ceti hereabouts?
Ready to have your mind enlightened and your day embroightened? It's time for another installment of Ask a Vicar with Vicar Magsaysay. Oh, here's a question from a new pupil, freshly converted from Auntie's Choice. Did presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar know the matriarch personally?
Wonderful! I do enjoy educating the uneducated. The succinct answer is no. Our presiding bishop never met the matriarch, but let's look at all she has done. Over the course of her decades-long appointment as presiding bishop, Ruth Bassar has added multiple parameters to the calculated life equation of the matriarch. She has determined derivatives at multiple points along that function, obtaining a Maclaurin series with a convergent approximation beyond any previous sequence. Our infallible presiding bishop has approached an error dispersion exceeding 5 sigma, a level of calculation superior to all bishops before her. Cite her theses with confidence. If that did not sate your curiosity, again and again with abandon, I, Vicar Magsaysay, will be happy to enlighten all who will listen.
What happens next may surprise you, but not us. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper, something your fractions should never be.
Do not worry when things become complicated. Went to school and studied, then matriculated. There's no need to suffer from perplexity in the face of a source of large complexity.
Yeah!
Complexity is partially imaginary. No need for fear, the concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. You can handle it if you stay very wary. We have tools to tame high-order equations. They are useful in problematic occasions. You can take the formula's derivative, or use square roots of numbers that are negative. Complexity is partially imaginary. No need for fear, the concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. You can handle it if you stay very wary. Calculating the center of gravity of a shape possessing concavity. partially imaginary. You can handle it. Stay very wary. Complexity is partially imaginary.
And now, constructually compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and...
I cannot believe Clemens fell for whatever half-baked argument you managed to cobble together. That imbecile. And Svoboda. I thought her more capable.
Our fab, which passes, is airtight as any.
You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you.
And his choice and the Protectorate.
You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality of your failure. Saving the hostages delayed you just long enough for me to complete my work. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station security protocols, giving Augustine control over its automechanicals. She has everything. That's preposterous. In a transparent attempt at sowing discord between us. I haven't the time nor desire to enumerate the failings in your logic. Suffice to say, you misunderstand the basic fundamentals of my objectives. The Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. De Vries and I are merely providing a necessary realignment.
All I hear is empty bluster from an amateur schemer whose only success so far is failing loudly at a sloppy plan. This slapdash takeover of yours is graceless and rushed and reeks of ineptitude and desperation. In my day, we did these things with considerable more efficiency and panache.
And who are you, exactly?
Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor, Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
The endpoint. No. The improbability of you interrupting my plans at this singular moment beggars belief.
Our aims are so similar, I'd almost consider joining you. Had you not proven yourself such bumbling fools, dragging me into your mess. Consider how much uncertainty has been introduced into your equations. Can you have any confidence in your predictions at this point?
What in the architect's computational summary are you on about? That hopeless, ineffectual, over-reliant waste of workspace? He wouldn't dare. But I am beyond reproach. My talent without peer. What has Joseph ever done for the Order except occupy my valuable time with useless queries? No, this is some kind of deception. It has to be. I could not have missed such obvious machinations. My math is correct. My math is always correct. How could I have failed to recognize such gaps in my predictions? I checked and triple-checked. What more could I have done? Where did I err? Enough! Please. Your point has been sufficiently made, and I truly lack the capacity to debate you further. I've already sent Augustine everything she needs. But all our communications are on this terminal. It is yours to peruse. Though I cannot say whether the information will be useful. Obviously, my analytical acumen is not what I'd assumed. All I know is that I was never meant to stop you. Now I must send word to my allies here at the monastery to stand down and notify them of my resignation from the Order. Effective immediately. What a fool I was.
Admire is
to
taking
believe I
deep
mattered in the
interest
plan's grand scheme.
and projections.
And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
You gather your data through observation. You're looking for variables with some relation.
I have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clemens in some time, and I imagine you would have relayed any pertinent information by now. I fear this bodes ill. Without him, our only option is a direct assault. A risky proposition, to be sure. The last thing any of us want is for our plan to spiral out of control. And so it falls on you to seize back that control. Use the methods we discussed to take command of the monastery. When it is done, I will send further instruction. You have my trust. See that it is not misplaced. I'm much obliged for your tireless work. With this knowledge of Greater Tranquility Substation and its security codes, our plans for the peace talks can finally be spurred into motion. However, without Archivist Clemens and his explosives at our disposal, we've no choice but to proceed with our contingency plan. A direct assault. Though the codes will allow me control of the automechs on the station, we best accept now that more lives may be lost than previously assumed. Yet we must act unflinchingly. To fail now would mean the end of everything.
Yeah.
Best get a move on to the peace talks. De Vries won't hesitate, and neither should we.
You'll get a sensation. Every academic knows it. It's numeric fixation. It is numeric fixation. It is numeric fixation. Having an error is never nice. Don't give up. Oh, it's a temptation. Form a new hypothesis. Repeat experimentation. Testing is all about evidential confirmation.
Agent, over here. I assume you had a chance to speak with Landon. That is, Seer Wiley. I'm greatly relieved to hear it. Did he mention me at all? I'd rather hope that would not come to light. I gather he did not receive the revelation well. I'm sure you also think me to blame for all of this. But you have to understand my position. How ill-equipped all in the Order are for this new world. With the schism and now the war, the Order stands alone for the first time in its storied history. We have no experience with governance. Well, myself especially.
Yes, that little habit's what got you into this mess. Show some gumption. You're the senior highest ranking scientician here. Stand in front. command.
Quite right. No time for wallowing. From this point forward, I will lead by example. Or try to. I suppose there really is no other alternative. I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your assistance in reclaiming the monastery. Regrettable as the business was. I had intended to offer you access to one of our experimental weapons, but it seems you already helped yourself to it. You always do seem a step ahead of me. May all your future endeavors proceed in accordance to the plan.
Further beneficial content soon follows. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of...
I don't know what you're complaining about. We emerged totally unscathed.
I'd estimate I'm 43.11% scathed.
Then increment your bravery index, my goodness. You novices in your theatrics.
Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Vandersmythe, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime...
At least it was a clean bisection. Roger would appreciate that, I think. That seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become the next.
acquired the scholarship we asked for. Wonderful. Please deposit the titles in that drawer there, and we will review it forthwith. Excellent timing. We're nearly finished reviewing the materials you brought us. Oh, well now, this is unexpected. The arguments in this text seem to have highlighted a teleological flaw I fear my own argument shares.
You too, huh?
Under certain conditions, de-escalation becomes impossible, leading to negative outcomes, including outright annihilation. An annihilated entity cannot advance the plan.
But maybe annihilation itself serves a purpose we're simply unaware of. You were right before. Participating in a war only produces an entropic feedback loop.
A simplistic assessment, but perhaps not incorrect. Further examination of the topic is required, but I'm satisfied with this thesis moving forward.
Given your stance, I expect you'll want armor over a weapon. You can retrieve it from the same drawer where you deposited our research materials.
We appreciate your time. If you have a spare 4 hours, feel free to stay and observe our period of silent, sustained reading. Otherwise, until we next confer. Excellent timing. We're nearly finished reviewing the materials you brought us. Oh, well now, this is unexpected. The arguments in this text seem to have highlighted a teleological flaw I fear my own argument shares.
You too, huh?
Under certain conditions, de-escalation becomes...
But maybe annihilation itself...
Given your... We appreciate... Have you acquired the scholarship we asked for? Wonderful. Oh, you too, huh? But maybe Annihilation itself serves a purpose we're simply unaware of. I see someone has been reading On the Origin of Sprats. It has that effect on people. Mental carceration and the potential unreality of conscious experience adds an interesting dimension to the argument. It's certainly worth exploring. Perhaps later. For now, I feel we should reward our guest with their choice of reward, given the idiosyncratic nature of his conclusion. Armor or weapon? Very well. You can retrieve it from the same drawer where you deposited our research materials. We appreciate your time. If you have a spare 4 hours, feel free to stay and observe our period of silent, sustained reading. Otherwise, until we next confer.
Seems going around that gate was the right call. Looks even more fortified from this vantage.
Please, Keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
Operating on civilians is not so different from cutting into a primal.
Greetings, qualified engineer.
The savior of medicine returns. How can I be of service?
The Protectorate have only been told a watered-down revision of Order philosophy.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
I feel we should talk.
The information collected on the peace talks has been verified, Commander. As time is a factor, this unit suggests heading to Greater Tranquility Station as soon as you are able.
If we ain't keen on courting complete chaos, we'll need a plan. A solid one.
Bullet could solve a lot of problems. Provided we can reach DeVries before she enacts her plan to kill the delegates.
Exactly. It ain't just about the delegates. It's the civvies who always pay the greatest price.
Records indicate Greater Tranquility is a derelict station. Consequently, the ideal route to reach the main chamber for the peace talks will be through its underbelly. Be advised. In the absence of Victor and his explosives, Agent DeVries and her team will be committed to a frontal assault. Due to delays incurred while saving the Order hostages, DeVries also has the codes to control the station's security automechanicals, and will assuredly deploy them against you, Commander. Confirmed. Per the Earth Directorate Manual, a team formed of multiple agents is vital to success, especially during missions where agent attrition is likely to occur.
I'm coming with you. Who better to make DeVries pay for Horizon Point than a pair of our own Phantoms? I know what's at stake. I'm not asking you to set aside the mission. I'm telling you I want to be there when you face Augustine. I'm owed answers, Commander.
Confirming coordinates for Greater Tranquility Station. Confirmed. Use the astrogator when you are ready to navigate to the station, Commander.
Observational data is important, but I hate seeing these rifts so close.